They say this is the most photographed location in the world. But the reality of the Santa Monica Pier is much louder, more chaotic, and honestly, more captivating than any screen can show you. Many who visit the Santa Monica Pier actually leave disappointed. They get stuck in 2-hour parking traps, miss the most historic landmark on the boards, and walk right past the literal end of the road without even knowing it. Today, we are going to show you how to navigate the crowds, where to actually park so you don't waste an hour like we did, and why the real magic happens when you walk to the very edge of the Pacific. Welcome to California. We've just kicked off our United States Grand Tour. If you're driving, do yourself a favor. Look for parking near Colorado Avenue. Expect to pay at least $10 to $20, and don't be surprised if you have to walk a bit. The Santa Monica Pier isn't just one structure. It's a historic landmark dating back to 1909. It's actually 2 piers joined together, stretching out into the Pacific. The beach here feels infinite. It's one of the widest spans of sand in the state. Because it's a bit cold today, the crowds are on the boards rather than the water, giving us a perfect view of the coastline stretching toward the mountains. The vibe here is electric and chaotic at the same time. There's a beautiful mix of salt air, street performers, and a crowd that never seems to thin out, even in the off-season. The pier has survived storms, fires, and even the threat of demolition. Take a moment here. Feel the wood planks of the pier beneath your feet. You can't talk about Santa Monica without talking about Pacific Park. It's the only admission-free amusement park on a pier in the West Coast. I'll tell you more about the park a little bit later in this video. For now, let us walk around. Look to your left and right. This is Santa Monica Beach, and it feels like it never ends. It's 3.5 miles of soft, golden sand. What's incredible is the width. At some points, there's over 500 feet of sand between the boardwalk and the tide. This is the legendary Baywatch Beach. The scale of this beach is humbling. Walk around and experience the sensory overload. The smell of churros, the sound of seagulls, and the distant scream of people on the roller coaster. It's a public space that belongs to everyone. Near the harbor office, you'll see rows of people fishing. You don't actually need a fishing license to fish from a public pier in California. It's one of the few places where that is legal. As you walk past the noise of the park, the pier stretches out further into the deep water. At the very end, near the fishing platform, look for the painted compass. It says, Santa Monica Pier, another day in paradise. It's a beautiful sentiment, but look closer, there's a stone memorial here. In May 1975, the Los Angeles County designated this a historical landmark. This pier was almost torn down in the 70s to build a man-made island for a resort. But the citizens fought back and saved it. That's why we can stand here today, looking at the Santa Monica Mountains in the distance, and the infinite blue of the Pacific. Now look at the pier itself. Most people don't realize it's actually two piers joined together. The long, narrow section was the municipal pier, built in 1909. Its original purpose? Not for tourists, but to carry a massive sewage pipe out to sea. It wasn't until 1916 that the wider new Santa Monica Pleasure Pier was built alongside it. That's the section that transformed this place from a utility pipe into the Coney Island of the West. When you walk here, you're walking on over 100 years of California dreams. On our way back toward the Pacific Park, I suddenly realized, it is my first time here, but I feel a strange sense of deja vu. That's because of a game I have been playing, Grand Theft Auto 5, or GTA 5. In the world of GTA 5, the city isn't Los Angeles, it's Los Santos. Consequently, Santa Monica is rebranded as Del Perro. Rockstar Games didn't just inspire their pier, they virtually mapped it. When you're walking around, you can see many direct parallels. I found myself looking for the same stairs and kiosks I used in the game. Now we enter the neon heart of the pier, Pacific Park, and it's free to enter. The Pacific Wheel, in the middle of the park, is the crown jewel. It's the world's first solar-powered Ferris wheel. At night, it uses 174,000 LED lights to create massive light shows. A ride will cost you about $12 to $15, and it takes you 130 feet above the ocean. The West Coaster is a steel coaster that wraps around the park. It's not the fastest in the world, but hitting that curve while looking out at the Pacific Ocean is a rush you won't find anywhere else. If you're traveling with kids, most rides require them to be at least 42 inches tall. We walked past several restaurants and eateries along the pier. Let me give you a pro tip. If you want to save money, eat before you get to the pier. A meal here for two can easily cross $60. On our way back toward the entrance, we have to stop at the most famous sign in America. Route 66, end of the trail. This is a spiritual spot for travelers. Route 66 starts in Chicago and ends right here. It's the mother road of the American dream. And here's a secret for the WorldWithWife family. In the upcoming weeks of this grand tour, we are going to be driving the dusty stretches of Route 66. We're going to show you the diners that time forgot and the neon lights of the Mojave. So, subscribe now so you don't miss that journey. We're leaving the Del Perro vibes of GTA 5 behind and heading just a few miles south. we will be visiting another beach, Venice Beach. But don't just think of Venice Beach as another stop. Think of it as the pier's rebellious younger sibling. While Santa Monica is the rather polished, historic face of LA, Venice is where the city's soul gets a little louder, a little grittier, and a lot more colorful. First, let's walk back to the car. This is Colorado Street, and it is the historic artery that connects the heart of Los Angeles to the edge of the continent. Originally named Railroad Avenue in 1875 because it ran adjacent to the steam-powered Los Angeles and Independence Railroad tracks, it was renamed in 1902. Here, you will find significant parking structures, like Structure 7 and Structure 8. These are often much cheaper than parking on the pier deck. The drive to Venice Beach is a quintessential California experience. We found a spot right at the beach itself. Expect to pay a flat rate here, usually around $10 to $15. As we approached Venice Beach, the atmosphere changed. We pulled into the beachside lot, near the end of Venice Boulevard. But here is where Venice demands a bit of effort. Unlike the flat, paved approach of the pier, Venice is guarded by massive, rolling sand dunes. To reach the water, you have to trek. The sand here is deep and soft, and every step forward feels like half a step back. Once you're over the dunes, you can really appreciate the views. Venice Beach is one of Los Angeles's most iconic and eclectic neighborhoods, known worldwide for its bohemian spirit, artistic flair, and unique history. But we came for the light. As we found our spot on the sand, the sky began its transformation. In California, we call this the fire sky. Because of the unique coastal haze, the sun doesn't just set, it bleeds into the horizon. The deep blues of the afternoon were devoured by violets, burnt oranges, and a gold so thick it felt like you could touch it. The Venice Beach Boardwalk is the neighborhood's sensory heart, stretching about 2 miles along the Pacific. The area is a haven for visual expression, featuring massive murals and the legal graffiti landmark known as the Venice Art Walls. We are walking there, and you will get to appreciate the murals. It's a living theater filled with street performers, ranging from breakdancers and jugglers to fortune tellers. and is arguably the best people-watching spot in Southern California. It also has a world-renowned concrete skate park, where you can watch skaters perform tricks against a backdrop of palm trees and ocean waves. And not to mention the hundreds of stalls and shops line the walk, offering everything from vintage clothing and handmade jewelry to classic tourist souvenirs. Venice also has a deep-rooted connection to fitness history, specifically the mid-20th century bodybuilding boom that helped launch the career of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Muscle Beach Venice Gym is a legendary open-air weightlifting pen remains active today, allowing visitors to watch bodybuilders train or even pump iron themselves with a daily pass. It's hard to believe this is only day one. We have thousands of miles ahead of us. Tomorrow, we leave the chaos of LA behind as we drive north to the American Riviera, to Santa Barbara. After that, we make our way to San Francisco, then turn east to the Grand Canyon and Vegas. On our way back to LA, we stop by Palm Springs and even have a full tour of Disneyland. So hit that notification bell, because the Grand Tour is officially in motion. We'll see you on the road to the north.